Welcome to another episode of One of Us Knows What They're Talking About, and the other one is you. I'm Lori Burch, your host. Join us as we discuss and unpack wills, trusts, estate planning, and probate law in a way that's actually informative, interesting, and, well, hopefully entertaining. Because if you don't have a will, the state of Texas has one for you. Let's dive in. Today, we're going to talk about demystifying legal jargon, acronyms, all of that, because it occurs to me, well, actually, the way this happened is we were driving by an AT&T store, and I said, I wonder what AT&T stands for, because we just accept that as a thing. Do you all know what it stands for? Don't Google it. Do you know what it stands for? Or make a guess, because I made a guess and I was wrong.
I feel like telecommunication.
Okay, there's an A though. Are you familiar?
Well, I'm saying it's one of the T's.
Do they have an A? Do they have an A in the New Zealand alphabet?
Yes.
They have the same alphabet, Lori.
Right. What does A stand for in AT&T?
American.
Yeah, where's the company from? Because if it's from here, it's going to be America or American.
American. What do you think the first T is?
Is it like telecommunications?
Nope. That was one of my guesses. So much older than that.
I mean, telephonic?
Nope. Let me just tell you, because that's not the point of this episode. American Telephone and Telegraph.
Oh, telephone.
Huh.
I mean,
and it occurred to me that there's a lot of things that we just take for granted and we throw around, whether they're acronyms or expressions or phrases that people don't necessarily understand or know what they are. And I know when we've talked to our our chief marketing officer, that what has come up is about how when you're doing videos, when you're writing blogs, that you need to write it in a way that's easier to understand, like at a 5th grade level. And then he proceeded to review the videos and blogs that I've done. And he's like, oh, you've done a good job. And so I don't know if that's like a compliment or not, but I do always try to be mindful of how are people going to retain this and understand that. So today we're going to talk about demystifying a lot of the legal jargon that you may hear. But before I do that, my dad would be very upset with me if I did not share something that he has shared with me in his mind, what he thinks is new knowledge, at least 10 times. And every time I tell him, I know you have brought this up many times before. But do you know that posh, not the Spice Girl,
no,
but that the expression, sorry, Sam, we can talk about Spice Girls. I got the lunchbox right there. Posh is actually an acronym. Did you know that?
Oh. Didn't you also say that you're not sure if that's right? Let me Google that.
I looked it up. So it is. So posh is actually an acronym. But before we do that, Sarah or Sam, how would you define the term posh besides the Spice Girl?
Someone who's like rich. You're acting posh.
Like just.
I think it's more of a state of being.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like elegant or stylish?
Yeah.
Posh.
Did you say short? No, I was going to say short, and then I went
in a refined or upper class way.
Yeah.
Okay. So it actually. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? Port out, starboard home. POSH. So it's actually how wealthy people used to travel on ships because they can afford to travel. Like apparently that's the best view, like port out, starboard home. So if you
Interesting.
were not in steerage and didn't have to fight over a door to save your life,
Libyan.
you know, we haven't talked about this. Was there enough room on the door?
Yes.
Yes.
You feel that way,
There was
Sam?
enough room.
Do you? Do you think that?
Well, and then subsequently the Mythbusters did do it, and they discovered that yes, there was enough room on the door for them until somebody found them.
I mean, they may have gotten like a little bit of like frostbite on their toes because they're probably like hanging off a little bit, but like they would have been fine.
There was enough space on that door.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So, not to make this anything relevant to what we do for a living, but I do find that there's a lot of legal jargon. And I think one of the things that I personally enjoy are all the different terms that we hear for things like trusts. So there's revocable living trusts, irrevocable trusts, inter vivos trusts. Sarah, do you know what an inter vivos trust is?
Oh, please. I don't know.
Is it inter vivos or inter vivos?
You mean with your
Heard it both ways.
master's degree, you don't know any Latin?
Nope.
Well, you're not very posh,
Shocking.
are you?
I know.
You would have gone down with the ship.
I would have, and that's okay.
I don't think you would have felt it was okay. Well, you know, an idea that we've toyed around with are like bad ways to die. And I think freezing to death was it the Atlantic? Anyway, it doesn't matter what body of water it is. I think that'd be a pretty bad way to go. I feel like I would have lived, and I would have been like the unsinkable Molly Brown. Anyway, so inter vivos, Sarah, spoiler alert, really just means like living trust. I'm so sorry to tell you that. Really all
right.
But it's the same thing. Another thing that we hear a lot, and this is like really deep in the weeds, but like bypass trust, AB trust, marital trust, like they're all like similar or same things. Or we'll get people who will call us, oh no, this is really going to devolve fast. Ladybird deeds, or possibly ladybug, or ladybird trusts, or real estate trusts, or family trusts.
What about a Totten trust?
A what?
Totten. Totten.
What the hell is that?
It's also known as payable and death accounts.
Oh, really? That is new information. Why did you post a picture of an axolotl in our chat?
Really? Because we were talking about them.
I mean, we were, but anyway, so yes. So there's a lot of things. I mean, some of them that come up is, well, I mean, we've gone too far into this talking about acronyms and so forth without talking about something that really drives me nuts about Sam and Sara. And that is they feel like they have to pronounce acronyms. So some may know that I was a very active member, including former national president of the American Businesswomen's Association.
What?
ABWA. And I cannot tell you how many people would say it's, yes, go ahead. Sam, say it. I saw you mouth it. Go ahead.
ABWA?
ABWA.
That's what I was thinking.
Sounds like ABBA.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're saying ABBA as a small child.
Yeah.
Granted,
no,
love ABBA.
Nobody calls it that.
ABWA.
It is ABWA, right? So a few things that we do, like one thing in probate, if you don't have a will, is a common procedure is a determination of heirship, or a DOH, or what do you people?
Doe.
A doe. Which is fair, because if someone dies without a will and then you find out that they have to go through this very complicated, expensive, time-consuming process, you're like, doe. Yes, it's a determination of heirship. Another one is a transfer on death deed.
Todd.
TODD. Todd.
Yeah.
What does a transfer on death deed do, Sam?
It transfers the property. Stop.
On death? Are you serious?
Well, I mean, on death, yeah.
No, Sarah looks so relieved. That's why I
Oh.
laughed because she did the.
Sarah could have done that.
I mean, it's very literal.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Interesting.
It is. What about an AOH? Sam, still you, because it's unfair to do this to Sarah.
Affidavit of heirship?
Okay, and what does that do?
Oh,
You know?
no.
Oh,
No,
no. Oh, nuts.
Is that the property? Yeah, okay. So it's transferring property after somebody has passed away through probate.
Right.
Mm.
Can you or can you not have a will if you do an affidavit of heirship?
No. No?
Mostly.
Yeah, maybe.
Mostly. Maybe. It depends. But usually it's a function of...
She's really throwing out the hard questions.
I know. What about JTWROS? JTWROS.
Something rights of survivorship. That's the only part I heard.
Okay. So you're so close because ROS, rights of survivorship, but what is JTW?
J is joint.
Joint.
I don't know.
T. Okay, joint tenants with rights of survivorship.
I don't.
They weren't going to get that one.
No.
Yeah.
They were trying real hard.
Tenants with it. So it's actually a real property concept called joint tenancy. Here's a good question. Do we have joint tenancy in Texas?
No.
Sarah!
Do you actually know that? Or
she does? I bet she does.
Oh, I actually did know that.
Okay, is it because of Lori's videos that doesn't exist in Texas? Oh, it's in your it's on your webinar, so we have to like hear you do it every
She's
time.
slowly absorbing all the information.
Yeah, every time we
Right.
We can hear you
don't
through the
have
wall.
that in Texas, and that's actually one of the because I'm in the walls.
I thought it was German.
No, her office is right there when she's in the office, not when she's working from home in the
which is
pod.
not today. Which is
not today.
So yes, no. So this is important because I don't know the answer to this, but I don't know if there's other states that don't recognize joint tenancy because it's super, super common in most states. But joint tenancy is like if a married couple buys a home and one of them dies, it automatically goes to the survivor. And that is one of the biggest things that frankly pisses people off in Texas to find out. And it's actually one of the biggest mistakes people make when a spouse passes away and they stay in the home and they've got bank accounts that automatically go to each other, they're beneficiaries on life insurance, all of that. And they don't realize that their home, there's not a clear title to the home because Texas doesn't recognize this automatic right of survivorship. So there has to be something. There are ways to make it work that way. You can have a separate agreement that is subsequently filed called a right of survivorship. You can do a trust. You can do a transfer and death deed or odd. But yes, that's an important one that comes up. What did you say, Cynthia?
Oh, I just said Todd. Yeah.
Todd. Yes. So as far as overall jargon and so forth, what legal jargon do you find that we deal with that because I am able to seamlessly and effortlessly communicate at a 5th grade level that I don't use when I'm communicating to people, but internally it's like, don't ever use these expressions with people because they won't make sense.
I mean, like RLT.
RLT could be one. What does RLT stand for?
Sam.
Inter vivos trust.
It is an inter vivos trust.
Revocable living trust.
Yeah. What does TT stand for?
Testamentary trust.
Testamentary trust.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sarah. You actually knew that.
Did you know that? Well, yeah, because she's like, I set up all the automations for that. Here's a good test. What is because this will throw everybody off in our firm. What does CYA stand for?
It depends.
Outside of Burch Law, what does it stand for?
Cover your ass.
Inside Burch Law, what does it stand for?
Go, Sarah.
Oh, cover your assets.
I
don't know why I whispered that.
I
Same,
don't
bud.
I don't know either.
That's great.
I think she's afraid. She's at home, so she doesn't want to curse in front of her dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could learn bad habits.
She could learn some bad words.
She was walking on her hind legs earlier. I can't.
So something that came on recently, I don't know what that means. So something
You
that
don't
came
want
up
to.
recently is something internally that we refer to is ancillary documents. And I've tried to make sure that nobody refers to that to clients, because clients aren't going to understand what ancillary documents are. I did not know, though, until last year that after 2 years of working at Burch Law, that Sara too did not know what ancillary documents meant. So, Sam,
Hi.
what are ancillary documents in the context of estate planning?
They are documents like your power of attorneys, disposition of remains, documents like that. So not your will or trust documents, but everything else.
Right.
The
So would
ancillary
you say
planning.
they're ancillary to a will or a trust?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm over here like thumbs up, like yes.
Sam, how long have you worked here?
Almost 3 years. Like, I know what ancillary, like if you say go get the ancillary documents, I know what they are, but I've just realized now that I don't know
Lori,
what the word.
that is not a commonly used
No,
word. Like, you know what it is. I know what it means. We know that it's like supporting or like documents that are subsidiaries of other things.
Question.
But people don't know what that means.
When we refer to one of our conference rooms as the OG conference room, what does OG stand for?
Original gangster.
Yeah, that's what it means. Or it could technically be short for like original. Like if you want to.
OG, original. Oh, okay.
Just original.
Just the word. No.
Yeah.
No,
so just to speak a little bit in Sara terms, what does KPI stand for?
In Sara terms?
Because she likes all the corporate speak.
I know this one.
Oh. Listeners can't know that.
No, Sara.
Ruin her street cred.
They're not listeners, Sara. They're fans.
Our fans.
Friends.
They're not friends. No. We're not doing parasocial relationships. That's dangerous.
Sara loves corporate lingo.
I don't.
So what does KPI stand for?
Stands for key performance indicators.
Can you speak up a little bit? You're a little quiet. Can you do that again?
Key performance indicators.
Okay, Sara,
I feel like you got quieter with every word, but just project.
What does P&P stand for?
It's like I want to say everything else, but the actual stands for policies and procedures.
Hold on, we need to revisit that. What do you mean everything else?
Like, it's fine. Like so you know how like license plates have like 3 letters at the beginning? I'll always come up with like an acronym for like the first word that comes to mind. So you say P&P, and my immediate thought is like, well, I can't say it.
You can cut this out.
Sara, are you
I like how Sam's like, you can cut this out.
Are you being inappropriate?
Fans can't know that.
Is that what you're really thinking when we say P&P?
Well, like when you put me on the
you deal with P&P, yeah, you know me.
Sara, what do you work on your spelling?
My spelling?
What about, I've got a good one. What about SOP?
I was going to say that.
I feel like that could be scope of work or statement of, no.
I'm
thinking of something else.
Standard operating procedures.
Yes, standard operating procedures.
Yeah, I knew that.
Here, okay,
Did you?
Sarah,
Oh.
ACV.
Average case value.
Good job.
I was getting a
At
little
least you know
scared
how
on
to-
that one.
At least you know how to do your job. This is one, in fairness, that I don't know off the top of my head, unless I look at it. But we do use this, and it is part of corporate lexicon that Sarah loves. SKU, SKU. Anyone? Bueller.
Something unit, right?
is the last one.
It doesn't
I
make
got
any.
nothing.
I don't really. I just because we've probably already
Okay. Stock
we've probably
keeping
made
unit.
people fall. Stock keeping unit. Which what does that mean?
It's like, you know, at the store, whenever there's the barcode, that's how they keep count of stock. Then they scan it, it goes out. But if you're like old mom and pop shops, they manually count every piece of inventory, you know?
Did you see like the scanners that they have at Target and stuff now where they just like put it over the clothes as they're walking and it like inventories it? Like they don't have to scan each barcode. Isn't that weird? How does it like weird?
Over
How does it
the
work?
what?
Like if there's like a rack of clothes, they just scan it this way and it knows like how many.
Did you say it Kroger?
No, I said Target.
She
Oh,
said
I
it.
was about to say, I'm
Where
very
did you
confused.
get Kroger?
Not a
I don't have an
sponsor,
accent.
No,
Not
you
a
cannot.
sponsor.
No, T and
but
K are
Target.
not very.
We'd love you to be a sponsor.
Did you
Yeah,
say T and K?
yeah, they're not nowhere near each. Target, Kroger, like they don't tell me.
Did you just say T and K?
T and K.
Oh, I was
T
like,
and
Sam.
it's New Zealand for and.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So Cynthia,
Alice.
Stop.
Yes.
Not have that much of an accent.
not that we're on track at all here, but
No, we're not.
did you have some things you wanted to talk about as far as estate planning jargon and or acronyms?
Oh, there's some things that we typically don't do that I just wanted to quiz you on.
Well, because it's like for uber wealthy people who want to hide their millions of billions of dollars. And those folks don't come to us because
Yeah, like
we focus on the masses. We focus on everyday people from all walks of life who want the time and attention that the biggest law firms reserve for their highest net worth clients.
okay, well you're not making this fun anymore.
If only I could get everybody else at the office to just be able to say things like that as effortless as I just did.
I can say it. I just don't interact with clients that often.
Nor does Sarah or people. All right, so what do you got for me?
Correct.
Okay. Let's start with one. What's a GST?
It's a generation skipping transfer tax.
Or just generation skipping trust?
Well, but the generation skipping trust has to do with preserving the generation skipping transfer tax. Would any of you like to explain what that is?
Transfer tax. But yeah, the
'cause I
generation
can't.
skipping transfer tax.
Do you know what that is? Do you know what skipping a generation is?
Well, I know what skipping a generation is.
There's actually an additional tax that you can be assessed, and the estate tax and tax laws can change. Like next year, it's going to sunset. We'll see what they decide to do.
Yeah.
They're not going to do anything until the election, but it has to do with an additional tax if you skip a generation. So if you go straight to like grandkids or so forth instead of your own kids. Can you imagine? Anyway, go ahead.
You know what, Sarah? If I adopt a kid, I can choose to like not give them $20, but give their kid $20.
She
That's
would
crazy.
That would be
skip a
skipping a generation with $20.
Yeah. By the way, there'd be no tax on that.
Yeah, because we don't have that much money. What is a DAPT? DAPT.
DAPT. I don't. Domestic.
Mm-hmm.
DAPT. I don't know.
Domestic asset
A
protection
domestic
trust.
asset protection trust, it's when there's a non-citizen and you want to make sure that they qualify for the unlimited marital exemption. So, and the way that you make that happen is in order to create the trust. This goes back to what I was saying earlier with a bypass or a marital or an AB trust. You have to pick a citizen trustee for it. So it has to be a person or a corporate trustee that is in the US in order to qualify for the unlimited marital exemption.
Yeah, another thing that it's used for is to where you can make sure that the assets stay in the family, so like keep it within the family. So if you get a divorce, your spouse doesn't take that. It goes to
Yeah,
the
sure,
kid.
you can do that. Good luck.
Good luck. Okay. We do S&Ts sometimes.
Oh, well, so the correct way to say this is a supplemental needs trust, but the more colloquial way to refer to it is a special needs trust. And the reason why this is important is because if you have somebody who is receiving government aid or benefits that is need-based, you don't want to make them a beneficiary of a trust directly because that will disqualify them from aid. So a supplemental needs trust, commonly referred to as a special needs trust, is where you've set it up to where the distributions are not for the typical HIMSS standard. Oh, that would be a good one. HIMSS, HEMS, health, education, maintenance, and support. That it goes for because that's meant to take care of their basic needs, which is what the aid is for. But the supplemental needs trust is written in a way so that it's only for the needs that aren't met by their aid, so it doesn't disqualify them.
Yeah, and that's another piece. If there's anybody that is a PNC, a potential new client to Burch Law, that they come to us and they're like, hey, and they start describing some things, we will be like, can we talk about it a little bit more to get more information? And then we decide if that's something that we feel like we have the expertise in versus just like going for it when we have no business going for it. And typically, whenever we do that, we have trusted attorneys that we can hand you over to.
Yes, absolutely. All
Yeah.
right, what's another one?
Okay.
I'm getting scared.
You're getting scared.
Yeah.
What's a slat?
Oh, I don't know what the acronym is. T
It's a
is trust.
spousal. Yes.
Spousal.
Yes. Spousal lifetime access trust.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, you rich people that want to limit what your spouse can do, you have fun with this. We've got firms to refer you to.
One of my favorite ones is a Cupert, just because of the way that it sounds.
You all are probably too young to remember the game, the Atari game, Keeper, where it would be like a little funny guy and it had like a pyramid that you would change
Yeah.
colors and all of that.
Yeah. No.
But that's
Like,
a
no.
qualified personal residence trust.
Yes.
How many
Okay,
more of these are we
last
going to do?
one. Just the last one. What is an islet?
An irrevocable life insurance trust. So this is a way to take life insurance proceeds outside of the calculation for your estate tax and helps offset that. The estate tax exemption this year, by the way, it's over 13 million. What is the
Yeah, it's a
official?
hefty one.
What's the official? Which Sarah's like, ooh, I'm dangerously close. State
I know.
tax. Whew, boy,
1361.
just under it. So don't die this year, Sarah. 13.61 million. So if you're,
Oof.
this is federal. Now, in some states, they have a state inheritance tax, but that's about as un-Texan as you can get. So we don't have that here. But if your estate is below 13.61 million, Sarah, and you die this year, there will be no taxes assessed on the inheritance.
That's good, right?
So you can leave Kona $20.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's good, but not really relevant to you, I guess you could say.
It's not.
I mean, I'm just guessing because I'm guessing only because I don't think you'll die this year.
Thank you. I mean, it is October, so chances are low.
But never zero.
Wait a minute.
Stop.
Just wait a damn minute, Sarah, because you know that more people die in December than any other time of the year. But more about that in a few.
You've
Yes,
done
foreshadowing. We've done the research here. Yes. But that is going to sunset, by the way.
Yes, this concludes
means it's
our
gonna end. Yeah.
Lori portion of the podcast where I'm
Yeah, I guess I'm done. So I think Sam and Sara, do you have, or Slara, Spara, Swag.
I'm a little afraid
right.
of some of the things that I see.
That's okay.
The first thing you posted, do you want me to address that?
The question.
Oh, yes. I
Okay.
like that one.
All right. So I am part of this collective, this cult, this group,
if you
this
will,
organization called How to Manage a Small Law Firm. And R. John Robbins is the Svengali of the organization. And his personal mantra is Taye Estuya. And that's actually what he named his only child, Taye Estuya. But it's actually an acronym for take all your excuses and shove them up your ass.
I've been in a real Taye Estuya mood lately.
Yeah. So there you go. So now let's segue into Sam and Sara. Hit it.
I'm scared.
All right. We purposely didn't tell you what they were, so you'd be surprised. The first
I need
one
you
on
to
our
pronounce
list,
them first.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. The first one on our list is Dinkwad, just DINKWAD. It's dual income, no kids with a dog.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, I've been called a dink before, but that obviously was before kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The next one is from Phineas and Ferb.
From what?
Phineas and Ferb.
It's a cartoon.
Great show. Shout out to Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you.
going to like this one then. Love Muffin.
I know what this is.
Which is the League of Villainous Evildoers Manically United for Frightening Investments and Naughtiness. It's an organization dedicated to promoting evil.
Love Muffin.
Love Muffin.
I don't think you
Sara?
understand. There was like a time when we just binged that like 2 years ago.
It's a good show. Next one we got is Homo. Happiness of Missing Out.
I don't know if I can say this next one.
Why?
I think you can. You're going to reveal something about yourself. Just remember your parents are probably listening.
Yeah. I remember Dad. I anal. I am not a lawyer.
So can I ask where y'all went to do your research? Your
Google.
very okay.
The internet. Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that the antithesis of the very premise of this podcast?
Yeah. Well, some of them we do come up with our own. These ones, not these ones, but
Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to get to the next one. Is that Sara?
yeah.
Oh no. Man, this one's too blonde. It's TOOTBLAN. Thrown out on the base paths like a nincompoop. Sam, what the is this?
You're gonna have to beep yourself.
It's apparently an unofficial baseball stat acronym.
I need somebody to tell me what it stands for again, because that was hard to hear.
Thrown out on the base paths like a nincompoop.
Okay.
I don't know enough about baseball.
And this made the final cut, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
What
it was
the
lot
longer list?
It was this is it. This was a lot harder to find acronyms than we thought it would be.
Are you assuming they have any sort of discernment where they actually edit things out? Absolutely
yeah, we don't.
not.
Lori, do you know how intense they get about, well, we need to do our podcast research. We need to have our podcast
It
meeting.
takes us like 30
So
minutes.
I would hope that they would be using that time where they could be helping clients in a more productive manner. And if, let's say, they had a much longer list and they pared it down to these, I would say whatever. But if this was it, guys,
it was
better.
hard. It was harder than we thought it would be to find these. A lot of them just weren't funny.
Did I hear you say you made it harder than it had to be?
You broke up.
Can you say that again?
Did I just hear that you said that you made it harder than it had to be?
No, it was harder than we thought it would be.
No, I think you said you made it harder than it had to
Harder
be.
than it had to be.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, next.
Okay. The next one is, I think, personally your favorite.
Is it?
Ukwatata and Tui.
Whose favorite? You said your favorite.
I know, that was sarcastic.
No, I didn't know if you were saying like Lori's favorite.
Yeah,
Sarah's
Lori's.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
That's our podcast name.
So say it.
One of us knows what we are talking.
No,
I never get it right.
Wow.
Yeah. Shut up,
Wow.
Sarah. You want to
Let Sarah say it.
Yeah,
then.
you say it, Sarah. If you're gonna be mean to me.
Sorry, it's one of us knows what they are talking about, and the other one is you.
Thank you. What she said.
And I want you to know that this is only from my perspective, because how many episodes deep are we? And I think everybody knows that Sam and Sara don't have any idea what they're talking about.
I have a quick question for whoever typed this out. What does the N stand for?
Sarah?
That looks like a typo.
Maybe that's why I couldn't say it. It tripped me up. I was reading it as I went.
I think that's a typo. Hey, I got a joke for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does this go? Like minister, an imam, and a rabbit walk into a bar, and the rabbit says, "I think I'm a typo." That's not how that goes at all.
I was about to ask you, like, are you missing rabbi? But rabbit, I get it.
That's good.
And the rabbit says, "I think I'm a typo." I totally messed that up, but you get the point.
No, it's
We
good.
got it. Yeah.
It was really good. Okay,
Thank you.
the next
We got
one.
another one. Oh,
Sarah.
All right, this one isn't what you think it is.
I don't think anything because I have no idea what the hell this is.
It's for when you want to know the temperature outside. What's the Fahrenheit?
Well, Sarah, nobody else sees what we're seeing. So can you explain what
Yeah.
I don't even know. Is this an acronym? I don't know what this
It's
is.
just WTF. So it's what the Fahrenheit.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at the next one. What's the Fahrenheit?
What's the
That's not
Fahrenheit?
what WTF.
It's what
Can
the
I
kids say
guess on
these
this
days.
next one? Because
Yeah.
I think I know what it is.
Before we get to that, so have you all seen like the text thread? This is from like a long time ago where some boomer didn't understand what LOL meant. And so she like texted her her daughter and said, "Grandma passed away, LOL." And her daughter's like, "What are you like? How could you say
Very
that? Like, do you
Sam
know
of
what
you.
LOL means?" And
I know
she's
what
like,
LOL means.
"Does it mean lots of love?"
Oh.
No, Sam, what I'm saying is you will deliver bad news or you will say something very self-deprecating. LOL. I'm like,
Yeah.
we
Lots
need
of
to
love.
talk.
That actually is how Sam would tell you that your grandma died. Because Sam is the only person I know. Now listen to this.
Well,
Sam is
said.
the only person I know who types nervous laughter.
Which is so funny because I don't do it anywhere else besides this office.
Besides at work?
Yeah.
Man, I need y'all to be more professional.
One of the things we have everybody do yearly is to share their 5-year-old 5-year goals, personally, financially,
We should do a
all
5-year-old
of
goals.
that.
We haven't met. Okay.
5-year-old goals. Oh, we're not going to touch that. And Sam talking like pouring her heart out about what she wants from her life. Yes. Sam, actually, that was a perfect example. What did you write to your employer in this goals summary? You just said an example of
Yeah,
it.
probably that. Like, get a day, LOL. Go to therapy, LOL.
Pay off debt, LOL.
Yeah.
Does Paul listen to this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hi, if they do.
Yeah, hi Paul, love you.
Yeah.
You're great.
Hi, Paul, LOL. All
Oh
right.
no, I mean it.
What's next?
Okay. I don't know how to say this one. It's a 0 and then
it's
an
a
up
0.
arrow.
That's not a 0. That's
Not a 0.
O.
Sorry, an O. Sorry, an O.
It's O cubed.
O cubed.
Can I guess? I'll
yeah.
probably be wrong.
Yeah.
Does this mean like out of office?
Yeah.
Oh.
Good job.
I was very like,
It's not ooh.
I was like O to the
Ooh.
third, O
That's also
times
good.
3. I'm like out of office because you say
I could have just said ooh.
Okay. So
go, Sarah.
to start to wrap things up, I did not ask for clarification on this. I really have no idea what this next list is. I don't understand.
Yeah.
So you two,
You'll give us some background.
what the heck is this?
I found them on this random legal / it was a .org website. So I was like, yeah, seems legit. .org.
Is that your interpretation of what that means? .org?
What do you mean?
Like .org means it's legit?
Yeah.
All right, proceed.
Anyways. So.
Just getting to know you, Sarah.
Yeah. So I think I broke Cynthia. Oh, she had to go.
It's fine. It's fine. We're back. That was.
Wait, I need a timeout. Sarah.
Oh no.
Do you feel like this podcast is like the only time that you're living in your true self?
I mean, no, not the only time.
Okay, give me an example of another time when you feel like you're living in your true self.
Like at work or outside of work? I mean,
just in general, LOL.
That's tough. Like I don't feel like
Because
I'm ever not.
It's any other time. This is the only time every week that you are like a fully formed Sarah.
I don't know.
You do kind of curb like the full Sarah-ness for the rest of the work week.
I don't think I know what that means.
I feel like you're more silly, goofy outside of it, and you try to be more like serious, buttoned up, put together during the work week. And it's really like it gives me whiplash sometimes. Like I love it whenever you're yourself though, because it's real good. It's a real great time. I'm all about it.
Thank you.
It is really great. It's all a compliment, but like you're a different person in this 1 hour every week than you are any other time, and I would venture to guess any other time outside of the office.
Huh.
It's like you're on camera. Like,
do you know what it is? You're talking.
Because you don't talk any other
real.
Yeah, usually you try to not.
Okay, anyway, all right, so time in.
So the first thing we have on our list from the official .org website is Kate. I just thought this was funny for some reason. It just stands for client about to explode.
Okay. Where did you find this?
I need a site.
Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it.
Because I don't know why we've gone this long without using this, because I feel like we've got lots of Kates.
Well,
instead of saying like there's such a Karen, there's such a Kate.
Oh my gosh. Hey y'all, I got a Kate on the phone. On hold, Kate.
Yeah, I just feel like we could definitely use that.
Okay, so share
I'll
that
add to
with
the morning
us
agenda.
offline. These other two. I want to know what the heck these are.
Apuisk.
Yeah.
I need you to stop laughing because I can.
You're in my
It's
office.
making me giggle. Okay. Accidentally picked up Seo's call.
That's
Is that your life, Sam?
Apparently.
You know what? Just own what you're good at and stop trying to dip your toe in another pool. Just woo.
Unless when
Just harmony, will you?
You said not harmony.
You said not to harmony. I'm going to tell you not to stop harmonying. What's the last one?
The last one, I don't know why it was on this list, but it's Eason. Embarrassing stain in lap. I don't know why it was on the list, but
Wait,
it's ESIN. Embarrassing stain
in lap. Like, or it should be probably on
Where's
lap.
the L? It says
wait, I don't understand.
Wait,
like your
but
lap.
there's no L.
You are ruining this.
That's what the website said. I'm so sorry.
There's no L.
This is legal jargon.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Acronym. ESIN, and it means what?
Embarrassing stain in lap?
Is it a rabbit? And probably a typo?
Yeah, it's probably a typo, and they just have never caught it.
Well, the L and the N are a good, few keys apart. They should have felt that one. Somebody should have caught that in the proofread.
I can't believe. Oh, there's all these other ones from the Kate site. There's the accidental. Is this the same one? Oh,
yeah.
It's embarrassing stain in lap.
Yeah, ESIN.
You know what? I know why you didn't pick up on this. This is a pretty big deal. CLE, CDITW.
Yep,
CLE
no, that one's
credits due
great.
in 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So y'all know how in November, Lori is just at her computer a lot and there's just a lot of videos playing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, you can't come in here. I need to make sure I watch for this code. It's because she's getting her CLEs in. They're due the month of your birth. You have to have them all in.
You have to have them done the last day of your birth month.
Yeah, you have to have it done by the last day. So if y'all
just so you know, we're way before November, and I'm done. I even have carryover hours.
Ooh. Yeah,
unlike your PTO, it carries over.
Sarah, I'm kind of sad you didn't do the with why does this always happen the day before vacation?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Oh, hold on. Lori, DFPB, de facto pro bono. That just means you're not billing your client. That just means you're not.
Pro bono is a problem that we had with the previous attorney at this office.
Yeah, it just means you didn't bill when you were supposed to.
Do I need to bleep that out?
Giving the milk away.
Nope. Not one bit. It's just the truth. Them's the facts, Sarah. Like it's this is not our volunteer time.
Yeah.
This is not our volunteer time.
Okay, but seriously, when you keep Kate and accidentally picked up sales call.
Yeah. All right.
Hold on.
Okay.
There's one on here that I know was purposefully excluded.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Sam. Called client by wrong name, CCBWN.
Did Sam do that? Because I feel like
I called somebody by their dead mother's name.
Oh. Oh, that's bad.
Shut up, Sarah.
That's so bad.
Sam! Because was it like an executor and we're handling the probate for the mom?
Yeah, and I looked at the title of the case. I wasn't
probate case.
That's why I said I'm really sorry for
I think I was helping with some follow-up and I was just trying to quick fire them out and it just backfired. So quick.
And how did that go over?
I immediately sent another email saying I'm so sorry, actual name, And then she just never acknowledged it.
Oh,
It's only happened once, so at least there's that, I guess.
That's a pretty good track record.
Yeah, that's
Thank
actually
you.
That could be a whole episode on all the different names that people have called us. And I actually think
Ooh.
Grant, one of our case managers, has suffered the brunt of this the worst, which I don't know why. But he's been called Glenn. What else has he been called?
Hold on, we started a list in our year in PowerPoint.
Did he get? Well, I think the most random one was. Didn't somebody call him Mitchell? You know what? He looks like a Mitchell.
I feel like the worst that happened otherwise, like Jordan kept getting Mr. Fox.
I got that the other day.
You got a Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, somebody came in and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a guy." And I was like, "You didn't have to tell me that, but thank you."
Did you say I am?
I should have. No, I was like, haha, we get that all the time. I've got a Jim that was from redacted name here.
A client called him Jim? Okay.
No, called
Jim.
Jim.
Oh, you, Jim.
Jim.
That's different. Okay. But don't we have a list for like the
Yeah,
end of your
that's what I'm
podcast?
looking at. Lori, you got called Larry via E360.
You know what? Why is that so funny?
The only one I have for Grant on here is
silly.
Chris.
He's gotten Glenn.
Yeah. And then Gabby has the most so far.
Really?
She's got a Mr. Gabriel, Gabby with a B-Y instead of just a G-A-B-I.
That's fair.
You spelled Gabby wrong. You did G-A-A-I-B. So you switched the last two letters. And then Gabriel, so G-A-B-R-I-L-L-E. So we probably had stopped tracking, to be honest.
But nobody ever gets Cynthia incorrect.
No, never.
Ever since I stopped directly talking to clients regularly.
But has anybody ever gotten butt slot instead of Burch Law?
Yeah, we have.
Hold
on, that was a voicemail to text that it did itself. Butt slot.
Yeah. It's another reason why the robots aren't ready to replace us, because that's how it translated. And that's not even necessarily the best part of that whole voice to text translation, but I do think butt slot for Burch Law was pretty good. Pretty good. But anyway, the point being that there's a lot of legal jargon and acronyms and things that don't make sense. And it's one reason why it's important to make sure that you're trying to bring this all back home here, that you go to a qualified professional law firm to help navigate these complicated matters for you, to put them into, I don't know, 5th grade level understanding, but to be able to explain them to you so that you know what you're actually getting. Thanks for listening. And just to cover all our bases about what you just heard, I'm sorry and you're welcome. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode, and tell your friends about us. We do webinars and live events. The best way to stay up to date is to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Links are in the show notes. If there's a topic you'd like us to cover, maybe you have a question you'd like us to answer, or maybe you just want to say hi, hit the link in the show notes or go to burch-law.com/podcast and fill out the contact form.
Much better.
Yeah, I thought that had a lot of energy.